Joining me now from our bureau in Washington, D.C., National Director of Priests for Life, Father Frank Pavone. Father, ending abortion, you say it should be priority one for all Americans, no matter of their faith, their denomination. And I was going to ask you why you say that, but then I got to thinking, I know why. The answer is obvious. There's nothing more important. I was trying to think, what is more important than protecting human life, human American life? 600,000 plus humans in this country are sucked down a sink every year. Half of those atrocities committed by Planned Parenthood. There is nothing more important than this.
We're living in the midst of a Holocaust, and you said it perfectly. Whether you look at it from arithmetic, there is nothing that is claiming more human lives than abortion, and that's been that way for a long time. No disease, no crime, no war, not climate change, not AIDS, nothing. And furthermore, you know, you can look at it with the arithmetic, but you look at it just logically, you can't enjoy any other right if you're not born first. So taking away a child's life in the womb deprives that child of her education, her health care, her right to immigrate, and any other right that we can legitimately talk about or fight for.
Interesting you use the pronoun her, because statistically speaking, we know, Father, that 51% of all abortions would necessarily, somewhere around there, more than 50%, just because the way God worked it out with human beings, are girls. And
yes.
We also know that abortion is the leading killer of blacks in this country. But I also think that we're living in a crucial moment in time, and I think that that's what you're seeing here. And possibly you're seizing the moment and this effort by various states to protect life in the womb. At the very least, it's getting Americans to think about abortion, and it's opening up conversations like this one.
Well, and you know what's happening in the states is that we see the movement in both directions with unprecedented intensity. The pro-life laws, like the one you just mentioned out of Ohio, the pro-abortion laws like we've seen in New York, Vermont, Illinois, and other states. Why is this happening? First of all, people are waking up. And a lot of that is because of the experience of those that have had abortions. We look around us and we see the devastation in the lives of those who undergo this procedure. But also what's happening, of course, politically, we've got the most pro-life president in American history right now in the White House. And thanks to him and the Republican Senate, the courts are shifting in a pro-life direction. And this is both scaring the pro-abortion side and emboldening the pro-life side at the state level. And therefore, we see what we have today.
You're making a bold case for Americans right now to literally walk away from their jobs, walk away from their careers, and join this effort, not unlike the abolitionist effort of prior to the Civil War, join the effort to end abortion. You really mean that?
Absolutely. And in fact, I work with such people every day. I've done it myself. I mean, I was a very happy parish priest until this call of conscience, and it was an alarm going off in my mind and heart back in 1993, led me to seek to do this pro-life work full-time. I got all the necessary permissions from the church to do it, and been doing it ever since. But whether it's medical doctors or researchers or just public speakers, educators, people are in fact realizing that, I mean, we're living in the age where, you know, this is the slavery issue of our day. This is the segregation issue of our day. And for people to devote their talents, their skills to reversing the tragedy of abortion, protecting the only group of human beings that doesn't have the protection of their life anymore under the law, the children in the womb, is in fact well worth that kind of sacrifice. In fact, I mentioned in my statement issued the other day to make this call that these principles, the principle of the right to life, is no less significant and fundamental than that for which our founding fathers fought to found this country, an event we celebrated just the other day. So it is, they pledged their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor we should do no less. Anyone who is able at this point to devote all their energy to ending abortion, I want to fan those flames. If they feel that call and they have the opportunity, I want to say, go for it. Now's the time.
I think that our society, there's a one-to-one correlation, Father. I think you would probably agree with me that as our society has turned its back on God, the rate of abortion, necessarily has increased. Hopefully, we can turn both of those trends around in this country because they're completely linked in my mind. The more you cherish and you have a relationship with God, the less likely I truly believe that you are going to embrace abortion. Father, thank you.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.